you don't want to.
Hey guys, how you doing? Hey, yeah. So, as I'm sure you've noticed, I've released a new song called You Can't Know Me. It's definitely the best song I have released up to this point. However, I don't really like it too much. I think it's a good song, but I don't think it's the best one I have created. Best one I have uploaded, not the best one I've created. Just planting a few seeds, gonna sprout into a tree one day. But I do think the lyrics in You Can't Know Me are actually quite good. Like when you own the book, The Art of War by Sun Tzu, it's gonna be pretty hard to not have a very good dialect. Because like someone says you can't write song lyrics, you just flip to page 27 and read, quote, "Do not repeat the means of victory, but respond to form from the inexhaustible." Sun Tzu Art of War. Haven't read it yet. Gonna get to it. I'll just leave it right here. Yeah. But I do have the lyrics right here, and after all, this is a lyric explaining video, so let's get to it. You can't know me. You don't want to. Now, the way that I'm envisioning this is one person, me, who's singing it, is a character who has some mental issues. Not so much like problematic, like never can be cured, but more so like this temporary mental state isn't a good, healthy lifestyle. And they don't want anyone else to have to feel the burden that they have. That's why they say you can't know me. But as we hear later in the song, the other person also has issues. So we're gonna see how that, how the two characters have a one-sided conversation because the other person never talks. That could be their issue, that they can't talk. You never know. You don't want to. I know about you. You are sensitive in the best way. The reason why it's in the best way is because since they both have these mental issues, the person saying this knows what you need to be sensitive about in order to stay safe in their current world. So that's why it's in the best way, and it's not you are sensitive, you little bitch, stop being sensitive. It's like you're sensitive, but this is a good thing. You're sensitive about the right things. And I know about you probably just like social media or something, or like gossip or something. You never know. And I wrote the song. I don't even know. Hey, but you have demons too, is what I said before. They both have issues. I don't know what the issues are. When I looked at the lyrics before this, like a few days ago, I thought maybe the other person is blind. Then now while I'm hearing this, while I'm saying this in front of this camera here after showing you Sun Tzu Art of War, page 13. Subdues the other military, but does not do battle. Uproots the other's walled city, but does not attack. Attack on Titan. Good show. Have to watch more of season 4. Got through the first 3 seasons, loved it. Watched 2 episodes of season 4. Haven't watched more of it yet. Now we go to the part that I'm not the biggest fan of, to be fair, because I can imagine listening to it and then the way that the music cuts in and out is like it's like it's lagging or something. So, and I don't want people to think that their phone is lagging, or if that the video is having issues, I don't want people to think that, but that's what I ended up doing, and I'm sure at least one person thought that. But they hide under your mental state. Everything is all wrong. You can't fix it. But I'll help you, but you just can't know me. So that's pretty much just saying, like, it's pretty much just describing the way the mental psyche is damaged, and where that these issues lie is under the mental state, and everything is all wrong, but you can't fix it. So if you want to think that this is the other person talking, I'm sure you can think that. So the song kind of has a bunch of interpretations, because I didn't have exactly an idea of what I was writing when I started writing. More so I listened to what I had created in the beat, and then I just came up with words that fit it. But after that, we get to here, but I'll help you. And that's pretty much saying, like, you can't fix it, but me and you, we can fix it. That's meant to be like a reassuring thing. But you just can't know me, because you can't know them. Like, you can't know me and still be helped. So this is now the second part of the video. It's a continuation of the first, just it's recorded at different times because things happen, you know? Things happen, you know? And the Art of War is not there right now. But as the great Sun Tzu would say, and so killing the enemy is a matter of wrath. Taking the enemy's goods is a matter of advantage. Something to think about, ponder about. And at the beginning of this, I said, this song isn't the best one I've recorded, but it's the best one I released. Well, I tried to release one that I thought was better. Ended up getting flagged. You know, well, no, not flagged. Someone else, like, pointed out, like, hey, it's very similar to ours. So I'm just like, and it was, you know, it was. Mainly because I use an app called BandLab, you know, I think it's called BandLab. That might not even be it. It might not be BandLab. But I used the app, and they probably did too, you know? So, probably gonna adjust it to not sound like that, and re-release it. Same lyrics, same everything, just different backing. But there's another song now that I have created that I also believe is better than this one. Don't know when I'm gonna release that one, but yeah, where did I leave off on these lyrics? I think I left off after, I'm pretty sure I finished pretty much all of the unique lyrics, because then we just get a repeat of the back of it, which is like, you can't know me, you don't want to, I know about you, you are sensitive in the best way, but you have demons too, you know? So that's practically all that is. It's not that, I don't know. It's not necessarily a magnificent song lyric-wise, but it's still very impactful, because I feel like a lot of people, especially during the quarantine, are starting to have some, you know, like, issues. Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of one of them, you know, hasn't been the greatest time in quarantine, you know. Hasn't been necessarily bad for me though, but it's not been the greatest. But you know, that's how things go, and I think that this song, it sounds a lot like the song by Corpse, which I didn't like. I didn't really like the song, honestly. Like, apparently a lot of people did. It wasn't for me. And then I made a song that sounds quite similar to it in my ears. Don't know why, but I did. Art of War. Fourth quote. Sun Tzu, by the way. If you didn't know. Sun Tzu. Bought this with my own money. Now the general is the safeguard of the state. If the safeguard is complete, the state is surely strong. If the safeguard is flawed, the state is surely weak. And there you go. Another quote. Count them. 4 quotes. 4. I gave you 4 quotes. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's Sun Tzu, by the way. Sun Tzu. You know, like sun, like the zoo. Sun Tzu. Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to touch on in this video. Cause like pretty much now, if I wanted to say anything, I can. Well, yeah. You know, life's moving quite slow for me, you know? Yeah, okay, you know, this is a therapy session, you know? Yeah, life's moving just quite slow for me, at least. Just, you know, you have one goal, you get to that goal, you got no other goals that you can get to any faster. It's just with time, you get to it. And there's nothing you can really do to speed it up. So, I'm just sitting back, you know, not really doing anything. I would like to, you know, but like school just takes out quite a lot of energy from me, even though I put in little to no effort. Virtual learning. I think it's the worst way to learn with school. At least the way we're doing it now, which is on video calls. Worst way. Absolute worst way. Second worst way is in-person school, because that also sucks quite a bit. Not as bad as virtual meetings, but still, it's quite close. Actually, it's about that. Like here's virtual, and then like here's in person. Then here's not working and doing working. You know, like worst to best. This is virtual meetings, but just not doing anything. This is what I'm doing. I'm just not caring, and I'm just putting it on, and you know, I'm there. But the best way is actually what happened at the beginning of lockdown, which is they just give you the work, and you just do the work. Just do it by midnight, you know? Like, yeah, it's Monday morning, okay, look, here's what I gotta do, okay, it's 7 o'clock, okay, I'm pretty tired, I'll go back to bed. Wake up at like 10, you know, you'd be like, maybe I can do this right now, do that real quick, and like, I'll save the rest for later, you know, you get to like 10 p.m., you know? Like, it's late, you're just like, okay, put on some music, you know, bees in the air, yeah, you know, and then you just do the rest of it, and it really gives you a lot more control, and it makes school feel the least like a prison than all the other ones. All the other ones, they're still like a bit of like prison in a way. If you're not caring about virtual meetings, you still have to be there. So it's like pretty much you're in the cell, and they're doing stuff outside the cell, but you're just sitting there just relaxing, you know, like distracting yourself. The other 2 ways, it's you're forced to be there, do this work, and then if that. Sometimes, if you do the work quick enough, you get to go early. Only sometimes though. It's school is just a prison, man, and it sucks. Um, that's why I'm planning to drop out in December of this upcoming year. That's the goal I'm waiting for, is for me to turn 16, get a job, then drop out. That's like, I don't want to have to do all of that at one time, but that's just how time is working, you know? Like, if I could drop out now, I would. Like, I'm not passing any classes. That's not something I'm proud of, but that's not something I'm ashamed of. So, just I'm probably gonna have to stay back, which, if I'm dropping out, I'm fine with. Next year's gonna be a bit odd, just like being in ninth grade. Hey, you know what? I just skipped this year. I'm pretty much like, in a way, I never went to ninth grade this year because I've never been to the school in ninth grade. Well, I have for football, but that's not technically like school, like work for school. It's work for football, which is a what's the word? Like if you got like a spider, you got the spider's leg, and at the end of that leg is the wall, like it's an attachment from it. Honestly, pretty bad analogy, but I'll take it. So yeah, that's currently just where my head is at right now. Is to try to just survive, enjoy life, and just get ready to just start my life. Like I'm trying to get there. Like I bought this book for God's sake. Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Okay, that's not a good page for. These are just like quite big sections, so I'm just trying to find a smaller section. I am not finding a smaller section. Sun Tzu, Art of War, page 30. And so the military is based on Gil. Acts due to advantage, transforms by dividing and joining. Fifth one, I am gifting you with just all the knowledge today. Do with those as you will. Go back to the beginning of this video, grab out a notebook, find a page, and dedicate it to just purely notes on anything I've said referring to Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Word for word, Like, copy it word for word. Because those quotes are priceless. Okay, maybe not priceless considering I bought the book, but you understand what I mean, But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to talk about publicly, Yeah. Oh, I'm also going to start working towards my driver's license after I turn 16, because that's when I'm able to. So that's another thing. So I'm waiting to turn 16 to end one thing and start two new things. But yeah, that's just where my life has gone during quarantine. And then after that, you might be thinking like, oh, what are you going to do? You're going to work at like McDonald's your whole life? No, it's not the ideal plan. But if the ideal plan doesn't work out, then I'm going to work at McDonald's and Burger King at the same time. Make sure I get that money to provide. Provide. survive, provide, survive. Yeah. But the ideal plan is in between the ages of 18 and 21, go to a wrestling school to become a pro wrestler. I'm a big pro wrestling fan. If that you don't understand it because you're like, oh, it's fake, please, love to have a conversation with you down in the comments. You know, just be interested to get other people's stance on pro wrestling. But yeah, and I said in between the ages of 18 to 21 because the school costs money, the trip to go to that place costs money, you know. So that's why I want to get this job as soon as possible. If I could get a job right now, I would be flipping patties, you know. Give me that spatula, call me SpongeBob, I'll be making those patties. But I can't at my age, apparently. Not what I would like, but hey, you know, what can you do? So yeah. And the reason 18 to 21 is not only because of the money, but also because I don't know where I'm gonna be physically. Because right now I want to work out more. You see, like sometimes I can just like work out and it will just like come naturally, you know. Like I'll just be like, you know, let's go work out right now. Other times though, like in the majority of the time, it's just like, oh, I didn't work out. Man, I'm tired. I can't work out because I don't have the energy to. And as of right now, my current belief is that is because of how that school is affecting me. As we are in spring break as I'm recording this, I'm having more energy. And I'm planning on working out tonight and tomorrow. But however, the only issue is that this is a big week for wrestling, as it is WrestleMania weekend. And I'm recording this on Tuesday. So tonight there is Impact Wrestling, which I don't typically watch, so I'm probably not going to watch it. There's also a Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Probably not going to watch that either. But then tomorrow, there's Wednesday night, and then I got NXT TakeOver, and then on Thursday, I watched AEW, which was live at the same time as NXT. That's why I'm watching it the next day, because I don't want to watch both at the same time, because that would get me distracted from one. Thankfully, that's actually changing the upcoming week, and NXT is moving to Tuesdays. But also on that Wednesday, there's NXT UK, which is the United Kingdom. It's NXT just in Europe, pretty much. And then later that night, there's the second night of NXT TakeOver. So I also have to watch that. So that's a lot of wrestling in and of itself. Then we get to Friday, we got Friday Night SmackDown, which is being billed as Friday Night SmackDown WrestleMania Edition, which you already have 2 nights of WrestleMania. If you're going to need a third one, don't do a third one, just make the 2 nights longer. But hey, what do I know? And then, as you may have guessed by what I just said, after SmackDown on Saturday and Sunday is WrestleMania. And then Monday Night Raw is on the Monday. Then you got NXT on that Tuesday. Then you got AEW that Wednesday. So, pretty much every night until next Thursday is going to just be pro wrestling, which I'm going to enjoy it. Most shows should be good. Last night's Raw sucked, and it's disappointing that they can't put on a coherent show. The go-home show for WrestleMania, and they can't even, make it watchable. But that's why I'm really excited for NXT and AEW, especially for them to be on different nights. I can watch the best 2 wrestling shows when they air. I don't have to worry about spoilers or anything. So that's great. So that's going to make it a bit difficult to work out a bit more.